How you doing, everyone? It's good to be back. I wanted to get a video up for you guys. I've gotten some requests from our service truck tour, so I'm going to show you guys what I keep on board. If you guys get any other questions, let me know. About any particular tools I may have or bags or what I keep for certain things. But I'm just going to give you a quick run through of what I got, and if there's anything you'd like in further description, let me know, guys. All right, here we go. Over here I got my nitro, my B tank for acetylene, CO2 tank. Got to keep a high vis vest, hard hat for a lot of sites I'm on, construction sites, big buildings, whatever, and you got to have high vis and hard hats and all that. Just my big vacuum hose, I just actually picked this up. This is the Apion one. It's got a 1/4 inch on one side and 3/8 on the other with a 1/2 inch line. So I wanted to get this one. I'm doing big systems, vacuuming all those out. So I'm eager to test it out and see how it goes. Just down here, I just keep just some miscellaneous stuff. These scrubs in a bucket are really cool. These are very good when there's nowhere to wash your hands and get some of the grime off. This is just basic kit of, wire nuts. I got my Vito MB bag, which I just upgraded to the MB2 because I got a bigger meter and it wouldn't fit in here. But that will be used for something soon enough. And then that's just my Milwaukee box. Just keep a bunch of screws, lags, bolts, nuts and bolts and washers, stuff like that. Got a couple extra Grassland time clocks I took out of a unit we didn't need, so I just keep those if I ever need them for extra. Up here is just, silicone, obviously. I got these other Sporlan, these are the wireless smart probes. That's a company tool. My boss got me those to keep on my truck because I do a lot of startups and everything, so he wanted me to have those. Those are actually pretty cool. If you guys have any questions on those and you want to see anything on them, let me know. They work really well. And on this shelf, we just keep a bunch of your most common filter dryers and sight glasses. This is company stuff. We stock a bunch of parts. We got rid of a bunch, not what we used to have. We used to carry a lot more stuff, but they realized a lot of inventory wasn't getting used, so we got rid of them. Up here is just my time clocks, your most common ones, your 814520s, your 814100s, and your 814500s. Most common ones for the Paragon clocks that we use. Here I just got some thermostats for your commercial stuff, just your basic ones, 1, 2 stage and heat pump ones and whatever. I don't use them much because I don't do much HVAC anymore. I do all refrigeration basically. Some foam insulation tape up here. Just keep some foil tape, latex gloves, some more foam tape. My Supco micron gauge there. Still try to keep it in the package when I'm not using it to keep it nice. Up here, just make a belt kits. A belts and B belts, which are actually very cool. They work really good in emergency situations, like on a weekend when a belt's broken and you don't have one, you got to get something going. And here I've got vacuum pump oil. I usually keep at least 1 gallon each of a VAP cleaner and condenser coil cleaner, but I used it yesterday, so I got to restock on that. Up in here is just miscellaneous. I got a couple R11 bottles and a couple of that for a job I did. I had to clean out some lines. I don't know. It's on my other video, Refrigeration Life number 10, when I did that condensing unit change out. Gallon of ice machine cleaner, bee spray back there, Hornets, Wasp. You gotta have that, guys. Summer's here, they're everywhere in all the units. You guys know. Gotta have the bee killer. More little bottles of ice machine cleaner, just some PVC cement. Up here, Sawzall, some extra fan blades I've gotten off jobs. Winter jackets, my coveralls, my overalls. I do refrigeration, so I always gotta have my winter gear on hand because I never know if I'll be in a freezer all day or something. But it's not fun in a negative 15-degree freezer when you gotta work, so gotta stay bundled up. Over here is just miscellaneous capacitors and some relays, my knee pads. Here, solenoid valves, your 3/8 and your 1/2 inch with the heads, dual voltage heads and regular. Contactors there we keep. Over here, this is just a thermostat I pulled out of a job the other day we didn't need, so it's brand new, so I figured I'd keep it on hand. Got a defrost termination, fan delay switch. A couple of just your screw-in type pressure controls for air conditioning. A couple extra hard hats there the company gives us. I don't really like them, so I buy my own. And then just some manuals and books I've cleaned out a bunch. I got stacks of them down in my basement, but I don't really need them anymore. You can get pretty much everything online now. Refrigeration scale, different thermostat wires. We got 8 wire, 6 wire, and 2 wire there. And these are just what we keep, or I keep especially for normal refrigeration controls that I always use. You got your White Rogers thermostat, 1609-101. Use that in a lot of walk-in boxes. Just a low pressure control, condenser fan cycling control, a dual pressure control, high pressure cutout switch, high pressure control, low pressure control, and another, just a commercial temperature control. Down here I keep my leak detector, a couple different fan motors. I showed you guys in a previous video, these Hvac 9721s are really good. They get you out in a bind for tiny condenser motors and evap motors, especially in all the heatcraft units. Keep 2 different size condensate pumps, a rescue motor, and a couple other cannonball motors just for reach-ins or whatever, 230 and 115 ones. Up here I keep just miscellaneous poly tool, wires, maker belt, just stuff I've gathered over the years. You never know when you're gonna need it. The bucket there would be, that's my fall harness that I have in there. I got it hanging out back, but there's some other stuff in there too. Just a whole fall protection kit. We have to wear those on a lot of jobs we're on, up on lifts and everything. Just another bucket of silicone, and I got miscellaneous nuts and bolts and all kinds of stuff in there. Pump sprayer. We use these pump sprayers for spraying on condenser cleaner, evap cleaner, whatever. And my oil pump. Here I keep a stack. It's just my couple of my Milwaukee's 18 and 12 volts. I'll open these boxes up and show you, but this is the rigid kit, and I have the other box for it over here. It's a 3-pack you buy at Home Depot. It's really good, and the big bottom piece has wheels on it, so you can stack everything and it connects, and it wheels in like a 2-wheeler. It's pretty cool. Just a couple extra belts I've had. Just some little copper tubing, 1/4 inch and 3/8. You never know when you're gonna need that. Keep a tank of 410 there. Another tank of 404. This is your one-shot recovery tanks. We always keep at least one. You know, usually we get these from United Refrigeration. And just over here is just, oh, this is just all miscellaneous. I got an extra torch hose here. You know, Milwaukee bit holders, all kinds of parts from reach-in door hinges and everything I've had over the years. I got a lockout tag out up there. Flare and swedge kit. This is actually an old halide torch. You old school guys will know that. You watching NorCal Dave? NorCal Dave knows. In my opinion, the halide torch is the best leak detector ever made, but it only works for the old gases. 12, 22, and 502. Back when things used to be simple. But that is the best torch. You put it on your propane torch, your propane tank. This is the best leak detector you will ever have. I've had this forever, but unfortunately, I really can't use it anymore. But seriously, the best. You will always find a leak with this thing, no matter what. I had to hit the bottom down this side. We just keep a little, a company gives us these. They're just little fold-up 2-wheelers. They're kind of cheesy, but they really help you in a bind, actually, if you got a place where you got to walk 100 miles. Just to bring in some stuff, it really helps. And I tuck my recovery machine under there. That's just all gallons of old miscellaneous oil, mineral and alkybenzene oil. And we still run into on some older refrigeration units if we need it. Just extra scrap pieces of copper from jobs and running drain lines, threaded rod. In here I got a little tank, a little MC tank. I don't really use that anymore. I just use the B tank. That's just That's waste oil from an oil change I did. I gotta dump that when I get to the shop of the oil drum. POE oil and just a bunch of crowbars that could come along, grease gun and stuff in there. I like to keep empty gallons of a Hvac cleaner or whatever, just so I have something when I do compressor oil changes to put the used oil in. So back over here, I hang my gauges here, guys. I got my Field Piece Digitals, the Yes-Man 360s. I really like them. But I only use them on new startups and things like that. I don't use them all the time. I'm going to move these out of the way so I can show you some more stuff. I like my analogs. So I got a couple of old beat-up ones over there I need to rebuild. But I'm old school, so I use my analogs mostly. A couple of these Sporlan controllers. These are for the EPR valves, electronic expansion valves, whatever. You can manually open and close them to test them or whatever. Pretty neat. These are just nuts and bolts kits our company gives us with screws and everything. These are just, you know, electrical connectors, which is basically empty. I gotta restock that. Little tiny screws. This is all little Allen keys and everything for fan blades. Little kit of that. My old Cooper thermometer, which is actually awesome. And this is just miscellaneous. I keep wires in here, packing my jumpers. Just all kinds of, these are temp sensors and stuff like that. I just got them all thrown in this bin. Over here I keep a socket set, all 3/8 stuff. This is for changing oil in a compressor in a semi-hermetic, if it'll fit. This thing's pretty awesome. I should do a video on how to use this and what it does. But if you have a little pressure in your compressor while this is in there, it'll push the oil right out and makes oil changes. Very, very simple. It's nice. This is just a couple extra adjustables, 1/2-inch socket extension. This is just a little cheap bit holder set I have. I actually took that from some of my dad's tools. My dad passed away like 1.5 years ago, so I went through a bunch of his tools and took some stuff. These are little test strips for testing glycol and glycol systems to make sure up here, up north, we gotta have this antifreeze in the system. Otherwise the water will freeze in your glycol systems, and that's no good. That causes many problems, and it's not fun. Just extra meters. I got a Klein one here. I use in this old multimeter, this old UEI, and I had that forever. I don't even use that anymore, but always good to have backup. This is just bags of nuts and bolts, 3/8 nuts and washers. We use them a lot, hanging blowers and everything. Gallo gun up in there. These things are really cool for quick drain blowout. If you guys don't have those, pick one up. They're awesome. A little bottle of acid away for burnouts and compressors. And this here, guys, is all from compressor changeouts I've done. They give you extra gaskets usually. Keep these. These have saved me in a bind because I've gotten new compressors that don't have gaskets, and you need them for your service valves, your heads, anything. This is from, you know, these are from doing old valve plates or whatever. I still keep them, especially these little common ones. There's all kinds of them from over the years. Keep them, because you will get compressors that don't come with them, and you're gonna need them when you're stuck up on the roof in the middle of nowhere with no supply house around. So always keep that stuff, guys. This in the drawers. This is just miscellaneous, you know, Schrader taps, tees, flare nuts we keep in here. Our shop gives us this stuff in Ziploc bags, which is wicked annoying. I don't know why they do, but that's what they do. You know, always keep extra straps, little kits that come with their expansion valves. If you can use the old ones, use them, and keep the extras. You'll never know when you need those either in a bind. Just more 3/8 nuts and washers, 1/2-inch nuts and washers, threaded rod, hanging big blowers. This is just all copper fittings, couple traps. Just all your copper fittings. In my particular truck, I do service, so I keep anywhere from 1/4-inch fittings up to like 1 1/8 inch. I'd like 1 3 and 5 but our company don't give us those, so that's the way it is. And here's just more miscellaneous stuff. Here's another. This is your little adapter that goes onto your tanks of R11, so you can put that when you got to do a line flush. Just service caps, more flare fittings, little smaller fuses. These guys, these are your strainers for your expansion valves. I've taken these out of old valves and cleaned them up. Always keep extras. We used to do, we don't really anymore, but we did supermarket stuff, and those strainers always clog up or go. And if you can't clean them, always good to have extras, because you can swap out the dirty one, put in a clean one, and you can do it with barely losing any gas if you know how to do it right. Just some piercing valves for recovery and stuff as well. These little tools the supply house gave me, they're for opening sort of like a sardine can when you open in your core dryers. You suction a liquid core dryers. When you got to change those out, it helps with opening them instead of just using needle nose or your dikes or whatever. Oh, and these are for your economizers on your carriers. Put a couple of these old plugs if you ever got to bypass an economizer or something. In here, just fuses that we use, the most common ones for what we work on. And in here is just PVC fittings, traps for the rooftop units, and old set of PVC cutters. And just over here on my side door is just more stuff. A tank of 22, 410, 134A, bucket of just extra hoses, fire extinguisher, propane torch, hose, and my vacuum pump. That's about it for that side. And just the rest, that's the other box that attaches to my rigid kit that I was telling you guys about before, which is pretty sweet. This CLC knee pad I just got. Try to save your knees, guys, your elbows, your shoulders. Mine are really starting to hurt now that I'm getting older, so it's good to have that, especially up north here when you gotta sit in the snow and whatever. Up on the roofs in the winter, the cold roofs are no good on your knees. And just my tool bags you guys have seen before if you watch some of my other videos. The TP4. There's my MB2. I can do a review of that. I just upgraded to Tech MCT. I just keep just a bunch of extra stuff in there, miscellaneous. My drills. These Milwaukee fuels are awesome. This 12-volt one, awesome. It's like holding a pistol. Very light. Bring that up for a lot of stuff we got to do. We got the 18-volt there as well. And my old UEI right now, waiting for a new meter, because my brand new field piece, it was only about a month old, took a 30-foot ride off a scissor lift the other day and completely shattered, but I'm getting that replaced soon. So, and then this bucket I just keep more stuff. This is more cleaning stuff I use for ice machines, coils, just brushes, you know. Got my bubbles in there, my brazen rod holder I did a video on, more brazen rod, and these big pump pliers. These things are awesome for big nuts or drain fittings on unions when you got to open those up. Really come handy. But that's about it, guys. I just want to say, always keep your truck neat as well. I've seen plenty of guys, they got shit everywhere. Okay, you can't work out of a truck like that. And if a customer sees it too, you look unprofessional. You got to be able to walk in your truck and do it. I don't know how guys work with tools and crap and old parts everywhere. I try to clean mine up all the time. You know, like I'm doing now. You come out, you hang out in your driveway, you have a couple beers, smoke a cigarette, and relax. Clean out your truck and be responsible and be professional. But I took my ladders out of here as well. I had a 4-foot there and a 6-footer. I wanted to make it easier to see, but got both of those in there. And as always, guys, comment, let me know what your trucks are like. If you want to see anything else, contents of my boxes or what I'm using for other tools, I'd love to hear from you guys, and I appreciate all the support. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you like what's going on, consider doing that. And also, guys, there's a little bell notification there as well. Hit that bell and you'll get alerts immediately when I post a video. And that's about it, guys. I just want to thank you again for watching. Have a good night, guys.